Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 7 of Trading to a Million by JPS Trading. This is Tuesday, 1st of September. I'm just going short here just before 8 a.m. Didn't upload a video on Monday just because I had a few things I had to do for work just in the morning. But Tuesday, obviously, straight back into things. As I said, I've just gone short here just around 8 a.m. I'm expecting the market to sell off quite aggressively coming into the open. So there is some optimism at the moment that's just coming from the US markets at the moment. So obviously it closed at about 6 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time and has continued to reopen at about 8 a.m. for some aftermarket trading. Volume's usually pretty low, so anywhere where the investors are sort of pushing it, the market's sort of going to go. So right now there's obviously some buyers that are favouring the market at the moment. So I've averaged down my position twice, or I'm looking to do it 3 times actually, which I've only got about one contract in at the moment. But you will be seeing some more contracts getting purchased. Obviously, I've put some buy orders in there. So if the market's going to continue to go to the upside, I'll happily pick up some more contracts to the downside. So there's the second contract there, and you'll probably see that there's a third contract coming in quite soon. So I'm just adjusting just my stop losses and take profit. I made sure my stop loss was actually quite small compared to what I usually do. As you can see, it's just about 6 points or so from the high. So this is an update here about just about 8:15. The market actually went quite heavily into my favor, which I wasn't exactly expecting, but nevertheless, I'll happily take that. So we're sitting still at about 8:15 at the moment, but obviously moving forward, if it's going to continue to the downside, then that's going to be fine. But I would generally expect, even what was going through my head, that the market would probably come back to the upside before obviously retesting those lows. It isn't necessarily market manipulation, but it's just generally just what happens before the open. The futures or the CFD doesn't exactly show its hand completely before obviously it looks to capture in a little bit more liquidity, or it might turn to the upside to do a bit of a breakout to basically fake out some people. So I was just sitting tight, didn't want to put any cover profits there or anything like that. As you can see there, big reversal before the market opens. So it's about 9:35 at the moment. As we said, 9:50 is the time where the futures will open. So I'm just making sure my stop losses are in place. Obviously, I've got 3 contracts here. I was actually looking at the New Zealand 50 index and just seeing how much that was selling off into open trade, which it was. But I was expecting the Aussie market to do quite a lot more. So just coming up, what you're going to see in the next clip is actually a bit of a liquidity drop. As we'll see here, you'll see the actual index drop about 4 points or so quite quickly, which obviously from there just means liquidity isn't very high at the moment, but people are deciding to position themselves according to market open. So we've got about 5 minutes now before market open. So in the time, obviously, I was just happy to sit tight. But what we'll see is obviously people are starting to price in quite a large down move. As you can see there, it's moving down quite aggressively. It's not even 9:50 at the moment. So this was moving in my favor. And obviously the spread's about to drop to about 2 points in a couple minutes, which will be good to see. So obviously I was feeling pretty content right now. I had one of my contracts that was in a profit. I was expecting obviously the remaining 2 to go into profit in the coming minutes as well. And then obviously from there, just looking at just making sure I'm covered, obviously with profits, and if it's just going to keep going to the downside, just let it run. So we're still not at 9:50 yet, but the market's still dropping, which is in my favor for the time being, which is good to see. We also saw a bit of a tick upwards, which was quite interesting actually. There was a bit of an opportunity to actually get some more shares to the downside, but I didn't want to take on any more risk than I was happy to lose. So obviously I was just letting this play out for the time being. It was gradually moving further to the downside, which was good to see. Obviously there was some struggling. They're just trying to get some more liquidity in the market to send it down further, clearly. People were obviously thinking that this potentially was a bottom, that the market would reverse. obviously what I'm seeing in the Australian market domestically is it's pretty bullish bias at the moment. Every time it does sell off, it really struggles to sell off, which isn't a bad thing for investors. But obviously, if it's going to go further to the downside, then obviously you'd like it just to go. So I'm pretty sure I actually decided to put in an order here, just to cover at about 59.90, just in case it reversed. So about 4 points, which I was happy to sit with. So I was obviously anticipating if it's going to come back through that, retest it again, it's probably going to reverse. But obviously, thankfully, it did just break further to the downside, as you can see there. So I've sped up a couple of these clips, basically just to let you see it play out. So obviously, a gap down a little bit further. I'm up about 1R at the moment in comparison. I was pretty happy to put a cover to take some profits, but it was getting pretty close to a significant level that I indicated on the futures, so I actually decided to obviously make some cover there, but I actually furthermore decided to just take the money off the table and take out about $240 or so for the day, which is fine. So this roughly ended up at about 10.20, I think it was 10.10 thereabouts, and basically I just finished up for the day. But anyway, really appreciate you guys tuning in for the video. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Anyway, catch you then. See ya.